On April 14, 1912, the world's largest and most luxurious passenger ship struck an iceberg in the freezing North Atlantic. Less than 3 hours later, it disappeared beneath the waves, taking more than 1,500 lives with it. But the real question is, how could a ship that everyone believed was unsinkable sink on its very first voyage? Let's go back to the beginning. At the beginning of the 20th century, shipping companies were competing to build the biggest and most luxurious ocean liners ever seen. White Star Line wanted to dominate the Atlantic. Their answer was the Titanic. Construction began in Belfast, Northern Ireland, in 1909. More than 15,000 workers spent over 2 years building what many considered a masterpiece of engineering. The ship measured nearly 269 meters, about 882 feet, in length. Inside were elegant dining rooms, a swimming pool, Turkish baths, a gymnasium, libraries, cafes, and some of the most luxurious cabins in the world. Many newspapers claimed the Titanic was practically unsinkable. That reputation would soon become one of history's greatest ironies. On April 10, 1912, Titanic departed Southampton, England, on her maiden voyage to New York City. After brief stops in Cherbourg, France, and Queenstown, Ireland, the ship headed into the Atlantic carrying more than 2,200 passengers and crew. Among them were some of the richest people in the world, immigrants hoping for a better life, businessmen, families, and children. For 4 days, everything seemed perfect. No one imagined what was waiting ahead. Throughout April 14, several nearby ships warned Titanic about dangerous ice fields. Despite these warnings, the ship maintained nearly full speed. At 11:40 p.m., lookouts spotted a massive iceberg directly ahead. The crew immediately attempted to turn the ship. But it was too late. The iceberg scraped along the starboard side, tearing open the hull below the waterline. Water rushed into multiple watertight compartments. The Titanic had been designed to survive flooding in 4 compartments. Instead, 6 were breached. Chief designer Thomas Andrews quickly realized the truth. The ship would sink. Passengers were told to put on life jackets. Many believed it was only a precaution. There was another devastating problem. The Titanic carried lifeboats for only about half the people on board. Even worse, many of the first lifeboats left only partially full because few passengers believed the ship was actually in danger. As panic spread, the crew followed the order, women and children first. Meanwhile, the ship's musicians continued playing music to calm the crowd. It became one of the most famous acts of courage in history. By around 2 a.m., the bow had disappeared beneath the ocean. The stern rose high into the air. The enormous stress caused the ship to break apart into 2 sections. At 2:20 a.m., Titanic vanished beneath the freezing Atlantic Ocean. The water temperature was just below freezing. Most people who entered the water died from hypothermia within minutes. Several hours later, the passenger ship Carpathia arrived at the disaster site. It rescued approximately 700 survivors. More than 1,500 people had lost their lives. The tragedy shocked the entire world.